before, we serve a God of the possible. We've got to stop asking the question of how's this going to work? Or Pastor, I just don't see how this is going to turn out good. Or this situation it just seems impossible. I mean, this is just so big. It's so hard. That's the way we typically think from the natural. But we've got to start looking at the situation, understanding we serve a limitless God, a God of more than enough, a God that never, ever, ever has faced a situation, and he never will, that he hasn't already won. He always causes us to triumph in Christ Jesus. So we got to start asking, with this God on the inside, the greater one on the inside, greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. What's possible? What's possible because God's in us? What's possible because the life and the nature of God's in you? There's nothing impossible with God. You know, I love to look back at Jesus and the life he lived here on the earth. We love to think about and see the miracles, signs, and wonders he performed. But think about it. When Jesus faced what seemed to man as impossible situations, what happened? You go back and you think about Lazarus. Come on, when he shows up, when Jesus finally shows up, they think it's finality. They think he's dead, he's in the grave. This is final. They're trying to look and see. They think it's final. There's Jesus, you came too late. But Jesus, it didn't even faze him because he knew, I'm here and we're about to see the impossible become possible. What they're thinking is impossible, I already know the outcome. And that's the way you have to be when you get in a situation and you know how big your God is. You know, no matter what you're facing, you know, I'm coming out on the winning side. Come on, I love the part of when Jesus did his first miracle. When he performed his first miracle with the water being turned into wine, you know, first his mother Mary shows up and she comes in and she begins to tell him, here's the problem. We're out of wine. I need a solution. I need you to turn the water into wine because they still need wine for the wedding that's going on. And Jesus said, now, woman, now I don't know about you, but I could never have spoken to my mom like that, or who knows what my dad would have done. But here's the thing. We know that Jesus, the next part, he says, woman, it's not my time yet. Yet Mary turns to the disciples and she says, whatever he says, do it. You know, that's the key to making the impossible possible. Whatever Jesus says, do it. If he says, go dip in the river Jordan 7 times, go dip in the river Jordan 7 times. If he tells you to spit on the mud and rub it on the blind man's eyes, do it. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to the natural. Whatever Jesus says, do it. That's the key to the impossible becoming possible in your life. Do you believe? Do you believe that he's a man of his word? Do you believe if he promised it, that he'll do it? He always causes you to triumph. You're a victor, not a victim. You're a winner. You're a champion. The greater one's on the inside, and he always causes you to triumph. You win every time. Put your faith in God. What's possible? Come on, I dare you to believe. What's possible? What can you do with God on the inside? What can you do when you allow God to be put into this situation? I want to tell you right now, God's a God of more than enough. Ephesians 3:20 says, he'll do exceedingly abundantly above all you dare ask or think. How big are you willing to ask? How big are you willing to believe God that he'll do it this time, not just for somebody else, but for you today?